Okay, suppose temperature in Fairbanks can be modeled by this given equation. Looks like a mess, but that's about probably right for modeling actual temperature, where x is the day, starting with x is 1 is January 1st, and going all the way through x is 365 is December 31st. T of x is given in degrees Fahrenheit. Find the temperature, the projection for March 1st, day 60. So you can see we've just replaced 60 with x. Now when we put this into our calculator, we're going to put this in radians, so make sure your mode here, let me turn my calculator on, is set to radians. So that's your first step, is make sure you're set to radians. Now, how do you know you're in radians? Well, first of all, when in doubt, use radians, especially for graphing. But the other thing is because the pi right here, this right here, tells you that this should be radians. There's also no degree symbol, and in general, if there is no units given, you can assume radians. So when I do this, I need to follow order of operations. So I need to do everything in the brackets first, and then I'm going to take the sine of that, then times the sine by 37, and finally add. Because remember, the order of operations, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, I'm going to start with parentheses. So do everything in here first. So I'm going to do 60 minus 101. And I don't like to do everything in one big chunk. I find I make mistakes, so I like to piecemeal it. And then I'm going to times by 2 pi, and then divide by 365. And now I'm going to take the sine of this. So sine, and then I'm going to use my answer button to get that in. And then I'm going to times this by 37. Finally, I'm going to add my 25 at the end, my very last. That's my Aunt Sally there, my adding and subtracting. And I get approximately 1 degree. So this is projecting the temperature in Fairbanks in March 1st will be 1 degree above 0 Fahrenheit. It's probably about right. So you can see the steps here. Algebra is key. Make sure you're following order of operations in these bigger formulas. And when you put them into your calculator, it is better to put them in chunks than try to put everything in at once. If you put everything in at once, chances are you're going to transpose a number because you can't see it all. You're going to forget a parenthesis and you're not going to get everything in order. Your calculator will screw it up. So you need to be micromanaging order of operations for the calculator. And I find that doing this huge list like I did usually serves me best.